Here I am in Microsoft, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to go over SharePoint lists and linking them together through lookup fields. So lookup fields are something that is pretty powerful within Microsoft SharePoint. It allows you to create a single source of truth of a list that you can then utilize throughout your environment. If you eventually get into Microsoft Power Apps and building those out, then you'll have this single source of truth for a single set of information. If that sounds like a lot, sounds like a bunch of jargon to you, that's okay. Stick with me and I will show you what I mean and show you how to use them. So here we go. So here we are within Microsoft SharePoint. I have a list called account managers. And so I'm going to go into the retail accounts here. So these are the retail accounts that this demo environment has. You have the postal code number, you have the store name, then you have the account manager. And so this account manager field here is created uniquely to this list, meaning it is a field or column here that is pulling out the different types of information through a people picker, which we can go into edit and we can see that, oh, actually, you know what? This is a single, multiple lines of text. So these are hand jammed in here, which is a way to do it. Now, what happens if somebody typed in Adele Vance wrong, or Nestor's last name wrong, or did something of those sorts? So it's hard to manage and govern that information and really keep it accurate. So that's where lookup fields can come into play, and they can be rather useful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into account managers. And so all I've done is it's a regular custom list with a title, and then I added a field called profile that is a people picker. So if you were going here, you would see that this is a person or group column that I've just named profile. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to rename title. I'm going to go into title settings, and I'm going to go rename, and I'm going to title this location and hit save. Now I can add a new manager. Adele was one of them, so we'll do location, we'll just say East region, I don't know. And then we'll go to profile and we'll go to Adele and we'll save her. And then we can do another one in here. I believe, I don't remember who the other one was, but we'll just say West region and we'll say, who was the other one? Who was it? Let's go back. I want to make sure I get this right. Who was it? Nestor. Okay. New location, West, and we'll say Nestor. And then we can save it. And then so we have East and West, and maybe we want to add a South region, and we'll call that to Bart. And then we want to add our final, which will be the North, and we'll say this belongs to Ashley. Cool. So we have our account managers. Here they are. There are 4 for East, West, South, and North. And now we can go into the retail accounts. And so instead of hand jamming these out, what we can do is we can add a column, and we'll have to go into more because lookup is not one of these columns. So we click more, and that's going to open up the traditional Microsoft SharePoint create a column way of doing so. And we'll call this account manager, and we'll spell it differently because we can't name it exactly the same way because we already have one account manager, and I want to keep both of them so you can see the difference. So we're going to use this as a lookup, which is right, meow. Okay, so it says information already on this site. We're going to do lookup. We're going to scroll down, get information from account managers. In this column, we're going to say title, and we can keep it like that. Yes, that looks good, and we're going to hit OK. Now we're back here, and I'm going to take this field, I'm going to drag it up to the top. And now what we can do is we can add a new one. I'm going to add a new item. I'll say postal code. There, store name. I'll just call this South store name. Account manager. So before here, I could be like Ashley, and maybe I spelled her name wrong. Right? And I can sales target. Display ready, no location. I'm going to just leave all that. We'll go down here to account manager, And so here are the different regions that we can select, right? So we can just straight up put it into a region, and we'll say, we'll put this in the South region and hit save. And now when it updates, here it is. If we click on this South region, we see it's assigned to the South region. We click on the South region, it's going to open up a window. It shows me the South and who it is. So it's Bart's. It's Bart Simpson's is the region here. So that's a way that you would be able to link external information to this link. Now, if we had not made it a people picker, so if we would, instead of it being a people picker here, and we had made it a text field, we can name these out, and we wanted to say Adele Vance, and then we can hit save, and whoops, oh, I created a column there, didn't I? So we'll delete that. So we can say single line of text, and we'll say account manager name. We'll hit save, and then from here we can edit in grid view, and then we'll go Adele Vance. You could also write a flow that auto-populates all this from their profile, but we're going to keep it super high level today. And we'll go to Simpson, and then Ashley Simpson, and there we have it. Make sure all those are saved. Cool, good to go. And now we have that. Now when we go back into the retail accounts, what we can do here is the account manager. Now we'll go into gear, list settings. We'll find that lookup field, which was account manager. And then we can pull over that information, account manager name, hit OK. And so now it should show us the account manager's name in addition to the lookup, which we have Bart is the account manager here. So now we could actually just get rid of this column if we really wanted to, because it already pulls over the information and keeps it consistent. So if we were to say, you know, let's go into the grid view, we can go account manager, and we can just start assigning these to wherever we want: east, west, north, west, you know, just so on and so forth. Then we can exit the grid view, and it's going to populate all the account managers that we have. So now obviously these don't match up because they were hand jammed in and we're just showing an example, but that is a way to keep things consistent throughout. And then in that account manager list, the more information that you add here, like descriptions, bios, contact information, phone numbers, etc., all of that information will then sync here when you choose. This might be a better title region, account region. And so when you open up the region, then it then shows you all the information about that region, you know, where it spans from, who's in charge of it, the account manager name, etc. But you notice that we couldn't bring over the profile display name. We had to bring it as a text field. So that's important to note. But that's a way to keep your data consistent. It's a way to make sure that you always have a single source of truth. You could then use those regions on multiple other lists instead of recreating the same thing over and over and over and over again, which gets annoying. And then you get things out of date, and then you say, oh, well, the region list over here isn't the same as the region list over here. The account managers aren't the same here as they are over there. It gets super complicated, and it's just a mess. Create a single source of truth within your environment and use lookup fields. They will help you in the long run. So that is today's lesson, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit me in the comments below if this was helpful to you, if we're using lookup fields or you want more information. Until next time, guys, see you.